Hello, and thanks for joining us once again on Punters Inside Run. Group 1 racing continues in Brisbane with the Doomben 10,000, in Adelaide with the SA Derby. Mick Sharkie joins me as always, coming off another perm last week.
Hello, Matty. Yeah, another one.
Another multi.
That's a good result. Wasn't a huge run, around the sort of $9.90 range, but you know what? We'll take that.
And James Lamb joins us. You're coming off a good day, Wednesday racing. 4 winners, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, but that's in the rear view mirror now, Matty. Concentrate on the weekend.
Let's get straight to the Doomben 10,000. One of my favourite sprint races. Giga comes off the win in the All Age, comes back from 1,400 here, James. Back to 1,200, is that an issue, or has he had enough time off?
I don't think so. I mean, he's had a month between runs. I think he had a 1,000-metre trial in between, which he won. Yeah, I don't think coming back in trip is any drama whatsoever, especially given it looks to be really strong tempo in this, which will suit a horse like him with the big finish that he has.
Half Cabin's a second favourite. Likes it heavy, may get to that stage.
Possibly. He's the sort of horse, I think, with his history of bleeding issues, when they keep his run spaced and fresh into the sprint trip, I think that's going to be his future. I think that's when we'll see him most effective. This is a step up from that last win that he had during the Sydney Carnival.
Yep.
And I know he's second favourite, but boy, I thought he was close enough to Giga in the market. I think Giga's an absolute standout in this race. And if Half Cabin's his biggest danger, well, I'm even more confident.
It looks that way, doesn't it? I've got a funny feeling we're all going to be thinking the same thing. So let's get your top 3 for the race, James.
Yep, to borrow a line from Shark last week when he described Sharkie as a winter gift. I think we've got another winter gift on Saturday, Matty. $1.80 or thereabouts. I think that's a terrific price, as Shark alluded to. Half Cabin, look, it beat Wee Nessie and Lady Laguna. Giga's been beating the best sprinters in the land. So Giga on top, Half Cabin for second. I think Valana might be the value in the race. Terrific 1,200 metre record. Just needs a little bit of luck from that inside gate.
Yeah, and yours, Shark?
Giga on top, number 8. I've sort of put Half Cabin in, allowing for some room for improvement. I reckon Overpass, number 4.
Again?
Yeah, well, the Quokka win was great.
It was good.
It's a long way to come back. But New South Wales to WA.
And you're flying into the wind from Perth.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
It's got to have some effect on a horse.
Takes weeks.
Don't know if it does it. Yeah. Then you've got to come to Brisbane. So he's been around a bit. Frequent flyer, miles are high, but he's a good horse.
All right. I've gone Giga on top. I tossed up between Half Cabin and Valana. I end up going with Half Cabin because of that inside barrier you mentioned, James. And I thought Marzu hasn't won a race for a year, which was this last race, but always runs well and can easily get in the top 3 for that race. So we're very similar there. We all like Giga, as do the punters, as the price suggests. Let's get to the SA Derby, $500,000 race over the 2,500. It's a true staying test, the 2,500.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't say it's a vintage Group 1 by any means, but yes, a true staying test and a really big field, wide open as the market suggests. I'm going with Cesuro, despite that really wide gate. I know Busserton came out during the week and said it's forced our hand a little bit, so we'll be definitely going forward to either lead or sit outside the leader, so you know where it's going to end up. Hopefully it just doesn't have to do too much work, but I think it's one horse who's definitely ticked that staying box. Saw it run really well in the Derby, so I've lent that way, but not a high confidence race.
And second and third?
Second I've got She's Fit, the WA filly, pretty hard to knock her form, really good run in the SA Oaks last time. I've got Promises Kept in for third. Long gap between runs, but it doesn't seem to matter with Mara and Eustace. They can sort of put them away and then step them up in distance 5 weeks later and they run just as well. So that's my top 3. Sort of penning Loco a little bit, just worried about the step up in trip. Didn't love the way it sort of attacked the line at 2,000 last start, so I've got a little bit of a query on the distance rise.
Shark?
I'm with She's Fit. I think she'll win a Group 1. It might be short-lived, this status as a Group 1 this race, if they ever get around to reviewing the Group 1 status of the Derby. I think she was good enough against the girls to win. Got a long way back there, sort of got into some trouble, got on heels early, still finished off really well. Aberfeldy Boy, number 2, third up into this race, placed in the Victoria Derby. I think that was a stronger race than this for sure. Loco, number 7, I think he is Loco. He's half a banana, this horse. He wanted to lay, if he went straight, he wins that race last start, but he wants to lay on his mate and play around. So if Loco is not Loco in running, I think he's a winning chance, but hard to back him with confidence.
I think it's a race and 2, but I've gone with Promises Kept in front of She's Fit. I think it's the right stable, as you mentioned, James, with the Mar Eustace for a staying test. I think it's an untapped talent. And for third, I've gone with High Approach, finished well in the ATC Derby. You know that he can get the 2,500 metres, so I've gone She's Fit to run second from High Approach. All right, there are 2 Group 1s for the weekend. Stay with us. We've still got the best bets at Flemington and Scone to come.
You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major game and race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. Chances are you're about to lose.
Racing at Flemington and Scone on the weekend. At Flemington, there's a free ticket into the Melbourne Cup and the Andrew Ramsden. We won't sort of get to the tips in the race, but had White Marlin not lost last start, be prohibitive odds to win this race.
I'm surprised we're getting $2.30, to be honest, Matty. He is my best bet on the card,
Okay.
White Marlin. I'm just forgiving that run last start. He's coming back in trip off a heavy track run. Was giving the winner 6.5 kilos. Look, second up, he probably wasn't, at his peak. I think third up with a Melbourne Cup start on the line, he'll be absolutely cherry ripe for this. This is the race he's been set for, so I think he'll go forward and take a hell of a lot of catching.
Shark?
Yeah, super hard to beat. I'll probably save on him in the race, but I think Luna Flair is airborne. She just hasn't been at a suitable trip. She comes out of the Easter Cup where she was running on well late. Really good weight swing on White Marlin out of that race. So I think as a 2x3 each way play, she'll be my bet, and I'll be saving to cover my backside with White Marlin.
Come to your best bets at Scone in a minute, but you've got your best bet is White Marlin. What about your next best and your value at Flemington?
Yeah, next best, I had race 5, number 2, Lethal Thoughts, but it's also accepted for Adelaide, so we're not sure exactly where it's going yet, but I just think all 3 runs back have been excellent and beat Dashing last time, and then we saw Dashing come out and win well last start. So I really like that form. Shin should settle in the first 4 or 5 from that inside gate. If Lethal Thoughts does go to Adelaide, I think Altivo, race 4, number 17, elevates to next best, just airborne at the moment, 3 from 3, and this isn't a tough race. And the value on the card, I think, is race 3, number 13, Arctica. There's been a little bit of early money already, but we're still getting around double figures. I was pretty keen to take on the fave, Party for One. Talent's there, but it's 1 from 18 and misses the start just about every time.
And always
it goes
flies
around.
home.
Yeah, it flies home, so sucks punters in. But Arctica, on the other hand, it'll go forward. 1,000 metre jump out was good. I like that they're kicking off at 1,400. All its best runs have been at 1,400, so it suggests to me that it's ready to go first up.
My best bet at Flemington is down the straight. It's Jumbuck, 2 for 2 down the straight, race 6, number 4. Likes a soft track, got good form around it. Beat Outlaws Revenge, who came out to win the Wongoom, and beat Sessions Road last time, who came out and won last start. My value bet is race 5, number 7, Star Vega. Just had the 2 starts for a win and a second, both on soft. Third up, ready to peak here, goes down to 54 kilos, and Michael D is in the saddle, and we know where Michael D is going. That's Flemington. We go to you, you're our Scone man. Gee, it's a tough
Very
day.
tough. Very tough.
day.
Yeah, a little bit of rain around too. I reckon the track will be in that soft range, so just planning for that anyway. I thought the best, we were with him at Hawkesbury, Malkovich. I think race 5, number 2, Malkovich can go and get the job done again. Gelded, jumped well, led all the way at Hawkesbury. Was there to be beaten, they couldn't run him down. I think second up, he'll be better again. Next best is probably race 6, number 8, Unspoken for Paul and Peter Snowden. This horse is an import. First up run was great over a shorter trip. Then last start was just starting to blend into things when a big run closed on it, got knocked over, got to the outside and picked itself up, hit the line well. I thought it was a super run. And then we're off to the Dark Jewel, race number 9. Fine point for Chris Waller.
Yep.
It was on a wet track last time, a really wet track. I think if this is around the soft 5 range, Fine Point's a great each way chance at about $9. Drawn well, will go forward. Hard to beat there.
All right, my best at Scone is in race 6. It's number 5, Estadio Mastala. It's really only had the one bad run. It was a good return behind Palm Meadow. Palm Meadow came out and won the coast, so there's good form there. Comes back from a benchmark 88 to a benchmark 78. And my value bet is race 7, number 11, Penthouse. What I'm going to do is when I win, I'm going to get a McLaren craned up to my Penthouse and chucked in there for worth about $3 million. But it won well first up, although it was only a highway, but it ran a really good competitive time. And I think dropping in weight, has 1 second up before, and is 2 for 2 on a soft track, a soft surface. So Penthouse,
Beautiful.
which used to be a magazine and now it's a horse.
Well, that's okay too.
Yeah. You didn't know where I was going with that?
No,
Neither did I. Lammy, as
There were
always,
so
thanks,
many
mate.
lines.
Yep, good to be here, Matty.
Happy punting on the weekend.
You
You too, as always,
Good on
Sharp.
you, Matty. Good
Yep.
luck.
Good luck in the Penthouse.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us. So keep an eye on our socials, because you'll have the perm, the multi from Shark, and it keeps winning. You're making money there. And we'll also have a quaddie, and James has got me to put one in the first leg at a bit of value. Keep an eye out.
You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major game and race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. Chances are you're about to lose.